another inquiry that's taking place is the PIC, the Mokgoro inquiry into the goings-on at the PIC. It's a probe into the country's biggest asset manager. And of course, they're investigating allegations of wrongdoing at the PIC. Heidi Giokos has been watching that inquiry for us in Pretoria. Heidi, this inquiry now in its second week, and I understand the executive head of property, Heidi Giokos, being the one to give evidence today. What has come out of that testimony?
So, Kathy, before I get into what Head of Listed Properties testified today, I'm going to speak about Naledi Forensic Investigators. We saw the director taking the stand today and testifying about what he was mandated to do. So he was mandated by former CEO Dan Machile to investigate into the leakage of information, very confidential information, and emails that were sent to PIC board and executives in September of 2017 about allegations that he had given his alleged lover a loan of 21 million rand. Dan Machile had asked Naledi Forensic Investigators to find out who this alleged whistleblower, James Nogu, actually is. And, you know, this forensic investigating team was mandated to do that. But upon investigating, you know, who this alleged whistleblower was, they actually found out that head of IT security actually opened up a corruption case against Dan Machile. And, you know, this was obviously came as a surprise to the PIC board and decided to discipline him. And later on, he had, you know, he was dismissed on allegations, you know, he was dismissed on the fact that he had, you know, gone into Dan Machile's emails. He had opened up a corruption case against Dan Machile without receiving a mandate from the PIC. And that begs the question as to, you know, is it really, you know, do you have to get a mandate from the PIC when you want to open up a corruption case? So that was really explosive that came out today, given the fact that there were allegations that, you know, Dan Machile had given his former lover, you know, a loan, and then the head of IT security had actually been dismissed because he was actually, you know, when people were asking him who this alleged whistleblower was, you know, he didn't want to give information of it. And still to this day, we do not know who this alleged whistleblower was because the police are not willing to give a subpoena to Naledi Forensic Investigators about, you know, to find out who this actual person was that sent the emails. So quite explosive today and quite complicated. I think a can of worms has really opened up in terms of trying to understand who sent those emails and you know, why Dan Machile was trying to get the person who actually sent those emails, given the fact that he has, you know, the PIC has found that he did actually give two women 300,000 rand. Whether it was his love or not is yet to be found out yet.
So if I understand you correctly, Heidi, is the issue around where those emails sort of emanated from, around, is it a witch hunt basically for those who may have been whistleblowers in this particular case?
So, Kathy, it is extremely complicated to try and understand, you know, where these emails emanated from. But basically what happened was on the 1st of September in 2017, emails were sent to the PIC board and PIC executives from the name of James Nogu. And this is why Dan Machile had gotten these forensic investigators to try and figure out who this alleged whistleblower was. However, when, you know, investigations went on, the police decided that they would rather investigate the allegations of, you know, whether or not Dan Machile had given his alleged lover a loan, instead of trying to find out where these emails emanated from. So to this day, despite ongoing investigations, we do not know where these emails emanated from, whether it was the head of IT security, Simpiwe Masiela, or was it, you know, this alleged whistleblower, James Nogu.
All right, let's leave it there for this afternoon. Heidi Giokos is watching that PIC inquiry for us.